Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Just Better. In this show, we're going to take a look at clips that never should have been and ultimately were won by an individual who was just better. Let's get into our first clip of the day. For our first clip, we join PaperX versus C9 on Pearl. Now, in this round, you can already see a few vulnerabilities in the purchase from PaperX, but they hit a pretty nasty wallbang early on in the round. Now, Forsaken, he gets his Blade Storm, uses it to check towards mid, doesn't spot anybody, which gives a little bit of information to Mindfreak, and in the meantime, C9 used their lockdown to grant them a little bit of space. Now, they're going to try and get aggressive once again, try and fight back off this after getting a kill, but PaperX do well to fall back, sort of temper themselves a little bit, and actually the fights end up going their way. Now with this late flank from Mindfreak, they're going to get themselves in a great position. Unfortunately for them, Zeppa is just better.
That lurk coming in. Oh, that's a great flash.
The no look. He's just flexing on him. And Zeppa now has a chance. Now the wall is going to be broken. A player on the other side, Forsaken, doesn't land the shot immediately. Flash very far away from being back online, but Seekers might give it to him.
Smart.
It is going to be the res instead, but he's going to go swing it.
Oh,
What is that from Zeppa? He just eliminates everyone. Basically sends PaperX home and puts 12 on the board for C9. How on earth does he win that?
From pretty much start to finish, it seemed like Zeppa just had an unbelievable read on his opponents, from the initial flash leaving, I think it was Mindfreak, completely blind, to knowing exactly where Forsaken was and almost predicting the fact they would go for the res. It seemed like Zeppa was just in the zone for this clutch, and PaperX, yeah, they got to feel a little hard done by, but it does just seem like Zeppa was better this time around. For our second clip, we jump into Carmine Corp versus Loud. Now, already a man down, you see that Carmine Corp decide to get that little bit more aggressive, and Les almost catches a nice timing with the footsteps heard, but he'll get killed off in the end. The execution ensues, and a lot of it comes down to Shim being able to hold the line with this double spray down, the vulnerability working, and he is so unlucky to get caught in the air by Aspas. The problem, though, as Aspas has seen many a time in these clutches, is if you give this man an inch, he proves he is just better.
He's not far wrong. Aspas is looking for him, realizing that ulti's online, but in the end, I think he's going to win this round. The Rolling Thunder can come through and deny that. No, he hasn't put the Rolling Thunder through, and Aspas is safe there. Aspas is safe. He's missed the utility. Oh, Aspas has got it! The critical error from KC, and a clutch for Loud!
Now, as Mitch said within the cast, obviously that was a pretty big mistake coming out the side of KC, but it is the knowledge of Aspas, knowing that he was safe within that angle, and having the confidence and patience to stick it out that makes me believe he is firmly better than many, if not better than most. In our third clip, we head straight into the action with NRG versus Giants, and FNS fighting with Nuclear to basically battle back into the round. We get a crazy wallbang coming through in just a second from Cloud as well, as doing this all the way through the game. And it really doesn't seem like there's much of a decisive victor in this round just yet. But honestly, with the clutch that is to come, you will soon see that Som is just better.
That's going to be dealt with. Positions no to spam through. Still Victor claims one. So I'm going to reposition for Tino. He's got the showstopper. He's dealt with. Shut down! Som, an absolute menace. Fully stunned up, but he's brought them back all the way to OT.
Now, this clip, again, has moments where you can sort of call out the mistakes of Giants. Fortino definitely peaking a little bit too early, but after the man hit some crazy shots, it's hard to critique him too much. He was feeling it in that moment. And more so the fact that Som's just able to hit that shot while completely stunned. Right, it might be time to buff the bridge stun a little bit, just a tad, but that was still pretty nuts. Now we head into maybe my favorite clip of the entire day. It has been an absurdity of this composition, and Ye decides versus DRX it is time to take matters into his own hands and gets an early double. The thing is, with this comp, it is all about those after plants, and even though they've managed to take this early advantage, DRX don't stress, they don't worry, they start building back in, they have themselves that reckoning available to clear out the players within the site, and C9 are somewhat forced to respect it, just wanting to try and keep their advantages and play into that retake. The problem is, as you'll soon see, those after plants from DRX have been devastating the entire map. Getting these elevated plant positions cause C9 so many issues, and even with such a huge player advantage, opportunities to sort of break this team down, they will soon find out that not only is DRX better, but more importantly, Stax is just better.
Important the spike, but the spike is still not being defused right now. Zelsis, the second attempt at it now, has to be dealt with. Oh, and it is Stax! Incredible work, and DRX are immovable at this point! Destined to close out this half!
It is very easy to nerd out about this composition, but one of the main focuses I want to put in is when Stax doesn't use that cove, how he manages to have it for his afterplants, to give him angles that his opponents just don't expect to have to fight, and protect him from other ones. It is sheer genius on Stax's part, and honestly, this clip was better than most, if not any. The only way to top the last clip is to go for the match of the century. NRG versus Loud, an absolute banger. And we have got a fast flank coming in from the likes of Loud. An attempt to take this one to OT with NRG firmly in the lead. And they expect Aspas, who is battling in some of these aggro positions. Now, one of the main focal points of this round is going to be FNS. He had a great round, just being able to take space, cause them issues, and pressure them into some pretty awkward spots. He starts by watching the flank, but then just pivots into such an aggressive position to take down those rotators, to make this so much more difficult to Loud to get in on the retake, and basically remove a fair amount of their utility in doing so. The issue he has, though, is that although he was great, once again, Kawazin, the 17-year-old, was better.
In a 2v3, they've got to put everything into this or it's done for. Kawazin is trying so hard for his side, and the 1v1, FNS.
Oh my God!
Kawazin keeping hope alive for Loud.
What a round! What a round from Kawazin. FNS posts up a huge round from him to even get it to that point. I can't believe it.
Well, you weren't the only one, Hypo, because here is Sean's reaction. I think that might be the moment that North America was sort of put down a little bit by the side of Loud as the crowd went wild and Kawazin pulled off one of the best clutches I think we've ever seen. A truly magnificent moment for him. As said, the 17-year-old on the stage just pulling off crazy moments at VCT LOCKIN. Either way, though, that is it for this video. This is episode 1 of Just Better. So let me know what you think in the comments. It is a work in progress for sure, with plenty more that I want to do. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, and of course, make sure you subscribe. Either way, I'll see you again next time, hopefully with episode 2 of Just Better.